So, how do you want to get the tiger?
Okay, so Ugar is going to use his strength, pick it up, and then just drop it on Poppy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll all grab whips and we'll crack them at Poppy's back and be like, "Move faster, slave!"
I could
Good
just
idea.
bean you all with a hammer. How about that?
I'll allow it.
So I presume Ugar and Poppy basically take like the front legs and the back legs or something.
Yes. Okay. You all managed to.
I'll grab the tail and like I'm helping, guys. As you notice, I'm still a little bit pale from the poison yesterday that knocked me out.
We can tie it with some hope and drag it.
Okay. You all managed to get. I'm assuming which tiger are you dragging the largest?
If we can feasibly do so, fine. Otherwise, whatever the feasible one is. Like, I don't want to have to go through a ton of extra effort. Are they the same actual size? Because they both are large creatures. Is there a size difference?
One is just slightly larger.
Okay, if we can drag the slightly larger back one, we'll do it.
Okay. As you start to approach the little village of the Zoogs, they're popping out of their tree holes and so forth, and they see you dragging, carrying this tiger, and you can tell that their eyes just glaze over and their mouths are watering, and they're imagining the feast that they're going to have. And um,
Tails first, feast later.
the Zoog that you talked to come out and met you, and he's just really excited that you captured a tiger and so forth. And as promised, he gives you this tail of it's molted fur, but it's blue and purple. It's what you're looking for.
And I confirmed that?
Yes, you do confirm that.
Okay.
And he hands it to you, and then he walks over and starts doing a closer inspection of the tiger. And he turns around, and he's communicating with you that you killed one of the Tiger Kings. This was the leader of the pack, and of that they are extremely grateful, and you have probably saved many lives of Zoogs just by killing the king. And they're going to be in turmoil for a while the pack finds a new leader. And
Oh, good. So these guys can eat more innocent people coming through their woods now.
and another Zoog comes running up to you, Eric, and he presents you with a drinking horn.
Okay. Can I tell what it is?
Yes. Excuse me. You can tell, first of all, it is indeed magical. And after close inspection, you can tell that it is the horn of the Panacea. And once a day, a creature holding it can command one of 4 spells: cure serious, neutralize poison, remove disease, or lesser restoration.
And apparently it always has the appearance and honeyed fragrance of summer mead. So here's the important question. Is Ugar going to drink honeyed fragrance of summer mead, or is that not dwarfish enough? That sounds like what elves would drink. Ooh,
That's a
look,
good idea.
it's like so fragrant with honey and flowers and springtime. Is Ugar even going to be willing to drink this? Or is he alcohol is alcohol and he goes for it?
You don't have to ask twice.
That's why you got Poppy. She'll drink anything.
We're keeping any booze away from Poppy.
Let me taste it.
Oh, I definitely got to have a bar fight in this module.
Better bet.
Okay, I put it and the tail in the party sheet, and the Zoogs are, all of them are paying you respect because, you are the Kingslayer, for lack of a better word, and they, they all express their gratitude to you, and then they promptly ignore you because there's this big tiger carcass that is demanding their attention, and
And we fade from existence.
and Willy Wonka. Picture all these Zoogs as the Oompa Loompas, and they're all excited and singing as they're tearing this tiger to pieces and getting it ready for the feast.
Oh boy.
Okay. Shall we wake up?
Absolutely. Unless people want to join the Zoogs at the feast and become dinner.
Nope. Waking up is fine.
You are honored guest.
Yeah, that means they eat us last.
And
So, well, yeah.
I need to make a clarification on waking up from the dreamlands.
Okay.
It is a DC 25. However, you can knock that number down 1 point for every 2d6 worth of damage you're willing to take in the real world.
Yeah,
I feel like we know this already.
That's always been what it is.
Yeah, normally I've just been, automatically applying it every time you wake up. But if you do make a DC 25, you don't take the damage.
I thought we took damage no matter what when we wake up, even if we don't do that.
Initially, you did.
Okay.
That's why I'm clarifying now.
Okay.
So anyway, you all wake up in the real world. You are back aboard the boat. And it is, it's roughly morning. The sun's starting to come up.
Okay, well, unless people have a better idea, I guess we just sleep, because we're probably actually exhausted in the real world at this point, because we've been up for like 24 plus hours.
Mm-hmm.
Sleep sounds good.
Remind me, do we need any other items from the Dreamland?
We only have like 4 out of the 6, I think. I think we still need 2 more.
Okay.
Actually, there were 8. I miscounted last time. I was right initially. There are 8. And you have 5 more to go.
Okay, so right now we have the Skull of Ghoul Royalty, we have the Green Stone Idol of a Water Lizard, and we have the Bard's Tale.
Hold on just a second. I am... Yes, that is indeed correct. You have 5 more dream quests to go on.
Okay.
What were you saying, Eric?
So what 5 more things do we need? There's the Viscount's Signet Ring, Night Hag Ambassador's Heartstone, Captain's Tricorn Red Webbed Foot, and that's all that's listed on the Dreamland's gift note.
The other one... Pull up that note.
Oh no, we only needed 7 gifts is what you told us originally. Is it now 8?
The... Okay. That is not a quest. Okay. Compared to the notes, Dreamland's gifts. That's the gala. And that one is done. That one is done. We have... Oh, Tricon. Web foot. Yes. 7 Dream Quest. You've done 3 of them. You have 4 more to go. The ones that are left are the Heartstone, the Tricorn, the Red Web Foot, and the Signet Ring.
Okay.
Which one of those is the hardest to get? Do we have any idea, or they're just random?
Quite honestly, number 6 I would probably do last. The number 7, the Red Webbed Foot.
Okay.
Let's see. You are back on board ship. You've done that one. So would someone like to roll a D4?
I'm rolling a D4 now. Wow, I thought Poppy was rolling the D8s.
Let's do the Ambassador's Heartstone. Well, there's only 4 options left.
We have already made the ghoul stuff. The ghoul one.
Yes, you have.
I remember that.
Okay. Let's talk about what you learned from your research on this one. Count signet ring. Okay, from researching the signet ring, first of all, you learn the proper phrase that allows you to travel into the Dreamlands to find a signet ring. The ring that you're after belongs to Viscount Berlin, and the Viscount, he's known for hosting courtly and lavish events. People want to be liked by him so much that if anything unusual or strange happens at one of his events, people just ignore it because they don't want to fall out of his favor.
I say, whew. So I was not looking forward to having to tell Poppy and Ugar they'd have to stay behind.
And you are traveling to the city of Celephus, whatever. Yeah, it is a very opulent and populated city. Visitors and natives alike experience the passage of time normally. However, the city appears frozen in time. In this travelogue of Laos, he writes that, he visited at noon and the sun remained at 12 noon, even though he spent hours negotiating for the ring.
Okay.
And that is what you learn, and everybody's had a full rest. And let me finish cleaning off the combat tracker. And see you, Nestor. Good luck. And, you wake up on board the ship, and then you wait till
If you're already on the ship?
appropriate. Well, you're on the ship, you wake up, you're still on the ship, they didn't throw you overboard.
Does that include Poppy?
Sadly, yes, it does.
Okay.
Y'all just don't like me, do you?
Poppy, I don't have a problem with you, it's just that everyone else seems to hate you.
And you don't
Sure.
actually know for sure that they hate you. That's just an assumption at this point.
Okay.
Listen, let's make a list of the people that we've had to cover their behavior by bribing others. Let's see, it would be Poppy, and I think that's about it.
Yeah, but I'm not the one who caused the near-death experience.
Which near-death experience?
That thing that we had to fight a while back.
The Revenant?
Yes.
Well, the person who did that's dead, so.
I actually had a thought about letting you encounter Sultan in the Dreamlands. Let him go up to Ugar and say, "Damn it, dude, why'd you let me die?"
You already didn't
Okay.
exist at that point, though, right? So.
New map coming at you. And let's see. You arrive in this crowded ballroom. This ballroom has cavernous proportions. The grand hall, the entire estate in which it sits, belongs to Viscount Berlin. The ballroom is several hundred feet wide. It's lit with reddish light of the sunset through the west-facing windows. There are thousands of attendees in attendance. They are all in courtly dress. Many of them are dancing. A few are conversing in groups or, enjoying the food presented by the servants.
And then a bunch of murder hobos just materialize in the middle of the room.
um, you notice that most of the party goers appear to be the well-to-do people, and they are dressed in very fine clothes. Some of the other attendees you notice are wearing clothes that are threadbare or several decades out of fashion. Naturally, you appear and people around you just kind of glance at your arrival and then they just go back to ignoring you.
Well, I suppose it's nice to know that we aren't too horribly out of place.
Just looking around, can I scan the room and get a sense of, is there anyone who's actually still paying attention to us, like guards or a person of interest that, might be connected to Laos who's still here or something? Like,
No, only the people immediately around your site of arrival saw you and, it was something unusual and, well, they just don't talk about it.
what happens at the Viscount's party stays at the Viscount's party.
Pretty much. And
Speaking of the Viscount, can we see the Viscount?
Well, as you're looking around the room, you kind of look up and you see very thick spider webs and areas of darkness obscuring the ballroom ceiling. And we're talking about 60 feet up.
$10 he's up there being eaten by spiders and no one's saying anything about
Oh,
it.
how twisted.
Okay, let me do something. I want to do a dungeoneering check. I get a 29, I guess, right now. With a 29, can I determine how far underground we are, if we are in fact underground?
No, you are not underground.
Okay, so there's this darkness and the spider webs up above, but we're not in an actual cavern. We are on the surface.
Right. It's just a huge ballroom.
Okay.
Why don't we cast light?
I'm assuming it's actually lit down here. It looks like there's like sources of light over there.
Yes. The sun's shining into the windows. But you just get a weird feeling that something's just not quite right because, it looks like there's years and years of spider webs up there.
Like cobwebs?
Yes. And you would think in such a place so opulent that they would take care of them.
Okay. Can I discern if there seems to be anything magical or whatever in their nature?
No, you're not detecting anything magical in the nature of it.
Okay, well, do we see the Viscount anywhere, or anyone who looks important?
Yes, down on the southern wall, you can see the throne and so forth, and like I said, this place is packed with people. But you're fairly confident that you saw someone sitting on the throne.
I'll whisper to others, but why don't we go see if the Viscount's over there? Any objections?
None here.
Okay, we start making our way over to the Viscount's throne.
Okay, and it takes you a little while to get there. And when you're about midway through, hold on, I have. Okay, the windows on the west wall, they are low, narrow windows that are letting in the reddish light of sunset. And through the windows, you can see an enormous city of marble buildings and high columns.
You said it is specifically sunset?
It is sunset.
So his time has passed since Laos was here. He said it
Yes.
was noon for him. Okay. But it might very well be the exact same day, technically.
Right.
But it's at least later that day. Okay.
And in front of each of the windows is a quartet of musicians, and you hear their music filling the room. And when you get about to where Poppy is, Poppy, about 20 feet away, you see this thick spider web drop down from the ceiling. And it touches one of the party goers, and the party goer's struggling to get it off. And suddenly, it retracts up into the ceiling, dragging the party goer with it.
Before that happens, can I try to
fucking
slash
called
it?
it.
Can you what?
Try to slash the thread? The web?
Yeah, you can try.
Or maybe Ugar wants to give that a swing, a chop as well with his great axe.
Okay.
Does Ugar
Okay.
succeed in hitting the web?
Yes, you did succeed in hitting the web. And Ugar swung so hard that he had no problem cutting the spider web. And this part of the spider web, and the lady falls to the floor because, you know, she was up a couple of feet when it started, when you all acted. And she
How
falls prone to the floor.
how other peoples in the party react to that?
They don't, apparently.
They glanced over to see what was happening, but nobody said anything, nobody gasped, and once you cut it, and the lady fell to the floor, they all just turned back to whatever they were doing beforehand.
I'll rush over and try to offer her my hand to help her stand up and say, "Are you all right, my lady?"
Yes, I am. Thank you. Apparently I tripped.
Well, what happened there?
She just said she tripped.
No, she didn't.
Well, I got my, it's these shoes. I tripped. I'm okay. Thank you.
I look at her and I say, "Look, you don't tell me what happened and I'll stab you right through the heart."
Nobody's gonna give a shit if you do.
She would.
I
Yeah,
don't have
and
a lot
we're
of,
not. No one else will care.
I don't have a lot of experience with women, but it's been my experience that when you want to get them to do something, that's not usually the preferred method. But what do I know?
Well, I'm trying to be nice, and she's not doing that, so I'm just going direct for threats. Because other people could die
All right,
here,
well,
so.
You could have tried diplomacy.
I was trying that originally. Okay, fine, I'll try a diplomacy too. There's my diplomacy check at the very start when I think, "Are you all right, my lady?" 35 diplomacy.
Okay. She leans over and whispers, "Yes, I'm okay." That thing just popped down from the ceiling and grabbed a hold of me. Thank you for saving me, sir.
How long has that been happening?
I've seen it happen a few times tonight.
And do you have any idea what's actually up there?
No, sir, I don't know.
So is the rest of the web retracted into the ceiling at this point?
Yes.
I'm going to walk over to Sith and say, "Why don't you shoot an arrow up there?" And as he's hopefully like knocking an arrow, I put my hand on the arrow and whisper a few words, and the arrow has light cast upon it.
Mm-hmm. That was I was thinking about.
I can do that. So we send a light up to the ceiling.
Yes.
Is it a stone ceiling?
I don't think we can tell at this point.
Well, I don't know if it'll stick or not, but I'll send an arrow straight up.
I will avoid it if it comes back down.
And you're firing an arrow into the ceiling in a room with thousands of people.
He's a good archer. He'll fire it straight up.
Well, if they don't seem too upset about being drug up into the ceiling, then they aren't going to worry about one little arrow.
You can cast it on my axe.
But you're gonna throw your axe up there? That's a
No.
lot worse than an arrow.
No, my axe can be transformed in a long rod.
Into a what?
Really long rod.
So what do we
Long
see?
rod, but I don't know if it's that long.
Yes, let me check the item, but
Well,
it's a
apparently
magical
can
one.
go 50 feet.
Yes.
50 feet. Isn't the thing 60 feet? Aren't the webs 60 feet up?
I think that's what he said, yes.
Yeah, 60.
But
So that doesn't solve it.
okay, but with light, 60 feet with light
I guess
isn't
that'd allow us
enough.
to see 90 feet up if we do that, basically.
Mm,
Alright, so
but
before we shoot the arrow, can we cast light on the Rod of Lordly Might that is currently a battle axe and have it extend out to 50 feet?
Can I have a Can I have a question? Can I ask a question? Does it even look like any sort of light that we send up there will penetrate the webs? Because I mean, apparently there's shit living up there, so I'd imagine that that's gonna be very, very, very thick if the light that's down here isn't reaching up there.
we can bug everyone and the GM too if I cast my scroll of Zone of Truth.
Well, I figured what happened is that there's light on the windows down below, but up top there isn't, just because they're not near the windows and there's no torches up there and there's no...
Right.
So it's like not a super thick web, it's just that it's nowhere close to the light sources down below.
Why don't you just set his arrow on fire before he sends it up there and save us all some time?
Can we even do that?
Yeah.
That might create a panic.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if fire is really the way to go. I think the light is a. We should start with the light and see what we see.
Work our way up the apocalyptic scale.
You are here to get a signet ring from the Viscount.
And save innocent women and enjoy the party.
He probably won't give it to you if you start a panic.
Well, that's
Okay.
assuming that the ceiling monsters haven't already got him.
Yes. And I don't know, maybe he's in league with the ceiling monsters and we kill him and take the signet ring. There's a lot of possibilities here.
Or we set the roof on fire, he dies in the fire, and we take the signet ring and save all these people. Potentially save whoever doesn't die in the ensuing blaze.
I mean, does it look like they're under some kind of charm or domination spell that is making them not care? I mean, I don't know. That could be. Some kind of evil magic could be at work here.
We can kill
Well,
everyone
you have magic, don't you?
and we can kill everyone and try to find the metal detector to find the ring inside the blood, because it will be covered with.
That's a bit out there even for me.
Okay, so we put light on his great axe, and his great axe suddenly shoots up 50 feet. What do we see once we can see up to 90 feet above the ground now? What are we able to see?
Okay, you can see that parts of the webbing is very dark, like it is multiple layers. It's very thick. Other parts are whiter in appearance, and they're not as thick. But as the looking around, do you see a big spider hanging upside down on the ceiling? No. But there are multiple layers to this web. And, you can see like access holes, entry holes for spiders to go up through the different levels of the webbing.
Are there any noticeable spider web mummies up there?
Not that you see.
Only one spider, or it look like there's more than one?
Right.
You're not seeing any right now.
None of us actually have the ability to fly up there, so. I don't think there's anything. Though alchemists can do fly. Did you prep fly, by any chance?
I don't have fly. I have gaseous form.
Close enough.
How long does gaseous form last?
Gaseous form lasts quite a while. 2 minutes per
level.
level, so 16 minutes.
Can't
How many
you?
of those can you make?
Well, I have one available.
Oh,
I
that's
have
it.
to make my extracts in the morning, just like a magic user memorizes spells.
Can't you choose not to prepare all of them and then make some later on in the day?
I don't believe it works that way. The rules just say you mix up your extracts in the morning, then at the end of the day they expire, and you got to make new ones the next morning.
If
No.
it's like a wizard or something, it probably takes like half an hour to make a thing.
1 minute of work, actually.
Yeah.
I mean,
More forgiving.
I have brew potion as a feat if I can, and I have an alchemy
Kit.
yeah, an alchemist kit. So in theory, I mean, probably should have thought of this before we came rolling into the spider infested ball, but I can make potions of gaseous form and hand them out.
And
But
how
I
fast can you
suspect,
actually make them? I mean, given that he didn't know about this rule, and but it even says it's not uncommon for it to keep some or all of the extract slots open, are we able to assume that he in fact has most of his extract slots open right now?
Yes, I'd go that way.
There aren't
Okay.
any curtains here.
Yes, there are.
And they go from here, from the floor to the top. How long are this curtain?
Honestly, they're only about, they're as tall as the window, so they're probably no more than 25 feet.
Okay.
Okay, so does that mean he can brew 4 potions of gaseous form?
Yes.
Alright, and he can do that within 4 minutes. Basically, if he already has 1 prepared even, it would take 3 more minutes.
Yes, I'll let you do that.
okay,
Okay.
I will crank out 3 potions of gaseous form.
I shrink my rod back to the X shape format, and then I will keep looking to the ceiling. If any web comes from it, I will protect my friends.
Okay.
Okay, while he's busy mixing, I walk around, casting heroism on everybody. And heightened awareness on myself. What?
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh god.
No, I was just reading the progression of this section.
Okay, so he finishes that, right? Then we all drink it and start floating towards the ceiling.
Yes.
Okay, so we get up there. We have fly speed of 10 feet, so in 36 seconds we're 60 feet up, basically. And presumably we're all going to try to float together, keep going until we see something, and try to find a more solid section of the web, because we also might stick to the web and have to deal with that. And we might have to do the old feather fall down, aka land and then heal.
Right, this floating thing is really strange. I'm a dwarf. I made from staying the ground.
Okay. As you float up, I guess gaseous form would work its way around spider webs and so forth.
Yeah, we can pass through narrow, small holes or narrow openings, even mere cracks, blah, blah, blah.
As you get up and start working through the layers of spider web, you see a catwalk that goes across the upper part of the ballroom. And yes, you see the catwalk. And on the catwalk, I'll open up the rest of the map. Move you guys over there. You can see here in the center, and I'll throw up a token. That there is a female that's surrounded, and she's caught in spider webbing. Helps if you zoom in.
That's a corridor or something like that.
It's a catwalk.
Wintermute,
Yes.
I get that you might not have the best opinion of women, but just having B for bitch is not really appropriate, okay?
I put B for babe.
Oh, okay, that's acceptable then.
Holy shit. Okay. As I said, you see this woman, and she's up here on this catwalk, and she is surrounded by 4 of these creatures.
Fun.
Ugh.
And on the spider webbing, you see 4 spiders as well. Giant spiders. And you don't need to be Spider-Man to know that this woman is in imminent danger. Leo, you know in factories where they have like the metal bridges that go above the factory floor?
Yes, I got it. I put in
Okay.
the Google. and I understood what we are talking about. It's like a suspended corridor in the ceiling.
Right.
I got it.
Okay, you all are still gaseous. What would you like to do?
Attack? Yell, hey uglies. Or, what do I know about these nightmare Etacap things? What type of creature are they? Magical beast, aberration, animal somehow still.
They are an aberration.
Okay, so with a 33, what do I know about them?
They are resistant to illusions. They have protection from good. DR5. They also have Regen 5. They can detect dots. They can cast Dream and Nightmare, as well as Shadow Walk. They are particularly skilled at crafting cunning traps. They have spider empathy. And their bite is poisonous.
Okay. Unless somebody really has a different idea, I say we go smash their heads in.
Well, there's an awful lot of them.
That just means there's some for each of us.
Sure.
Okay, so if I mean, they're presumably they're aware of us. So I'm assuming that if we try to go on.
We're still gaseous. I mean, we can drift wherever we want for another like 15 minutes.
Not with that woman there, about to die.
But it doesn't mean we have to go charging headlong. Would it be beneficial to go to the backside? Do we want to go out?
How imminent is she in danger?
Out of the web, or I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, we could materialize now, or we could drift down and materialize around guy number one.
They can still attack us while we're in this form. It doesn't actually offer much protection. It offers less protection, in fact.
Well, we get damage reduction like 10 magic, don't we?
You don't think they're going to, a creature like this is going to have like magical strikes?
I don't know. I'm just saying. We can go charging in there. That's fine too. We can do that.
Do you want me to materialize and distract them, and you can float around behind them to flank them while they're focused on me?
The only reason I mention this is because once we drop the gaseous form, then we can't get it back. So if there's some way to utilize it to make this easier on us, we should do it. If nobody can think of anything, then screw it. We'll just become ungaseous and go crazy. I just say it.
I mean, the only main benefit I can think of is that it technically makes you immune to poison. So technically, if you could get all the things to attack you while you're in it and you avoided the poison, that would be helpful. But at the same time, you can't attack or cast spells or do anything while it. So that's probably not the actual best use at this point, since we actually have to save someone.
All right.
Okay, so
in distress.
I guess we all drop the gaseous form, and I try to start casting a spell. How do they react?
How visible are you in gaseous form?
We become insubstantial, misty, and translucent. I don't know beyond that.
I would imagine that basically translates to if they're not paying attention, they don't see us.
At least +5 or 10 to sneak. Almost invisible.
That might
Guys.
actually bring Ugor up to like non-negative numbers then.
Yeah.
Here's
great,
a
man.
question: how many of them are focused on the woman on the other side of the catwalk?
Let's retcon just a little bit, and I'm going to say that they are not aware of you.
Okay, are they
Oh.
like about to kill the woman?
You have a feeling that shortly, within like 3 rounds, that it'll probably go to that.
Okay, so we dematerialize and start shouting to get their attention.
Do you want to position yourself strategically and then dematerialize?
We kind of already are, but I mean, how much closer are we able to get without sacrificing time?
You only have a movement of 10 feet per round.
Technically 20, because you can move twice, I think, right? But we're pretty damn slow.
Yeah, okay, you're better off.
Can I
Okay.
cast the Sacred Arm or Bless before transform back? Sure.
No,
Nothing. Okay.
can't cast, attack, or cast spells with verbal, somatic, material, or focus components.
I believe Sacred
You also
Armor.
lose all supernatural abilities.
Oh, okay. Not God abilities.
I will give you, surprise round.
Okay.
That's good.
When you materialize, you want to roll for initiative now?
And I'll communicate. I guess I can't actually talk, can you? You can't talk in gaseous form. Okay. That sucks.
Okay, and Poppy is up first.
I guess I will double move to there.
Can't double move.
Well, and I think that's about as far as I can go.
Are you still in mist form? I thought we were out of mist form.
I only have 15 feet of movement, and you just said I can't double move.
Why do you only have 15?
Because I'm tiny and wearing heavy-ass armor,
Don't
that's
you
why.
have the fighter thing at 7 that lets you move at full speed and heavy armor?
I don't think I have that with my archetype, but I can double check later. But even so, it's only 20
Okay.
feet.
Okay, Eric.
I am going to shout "Hey Uglies" and cast haste on all of us. And start a bardic performance on all of us. And then I'll move up 5 feet there because that's all I can do this round. Ruby.
And Steph's going to whip out the bow and finish everything.
That's how it rolls. Let me, I guess, choose this first guy. Okay, and I will attack with the longbow. 2 hits. Oh, they have damage resistance 5. Bastards.
Okay.
Yeah, they're DR5, good or silver.
Ah, okay.
And regen 5.
But my plus 4x will pass this DR or not? I asked to Eric. Do I need to use a silver weapon or my axe can work?
What did you say the DR was earlier? I've been AFK. I said BRB.
It's good or silver.
Silver works?
Yep.
I'll say silver. I would have simply said that on my turn as well. That's what I'm orating. I'm like, by ho, these foes are weak to silver.
Okay, I can use my silver. I have a
Then I will switch to my special arrows.
Do you have an effect for that? I forget.
We'll have they're cold iron and coated in silver.
Right, but do you have an actual effect built for that?
I believe so.
Okay. I know I built one for you, but I don't remember if you did as well. So
It's in combat, right?
I don't know. I've never seen your character sheet.
Well, yeah, I believe it is. We'll give it a try and see how it works.
with the blazer 4 and I can move my 20 feet.
40 feet.
You're hasted.
Okay, but
You want to move further?
no, I move here.
Okay.
It looks like you still have all the normal armor stuff, Poppy. So I think you still can move it the 20 feet, which is now 40.
I just checked. I can still move 20 feet.
Oh yeah, we're out of the surprise round. Okay, number 12. Gonna take a 5-foot step. Number 7's gonna intimidate the female. 22 is gonna advance forward and try to bite Ugar. Poppy.
I'm gonna charge. And that was +2 to attack or +2 to damage? I forget.
Sorry, I was applying the remove effect. That's why it wasn't working when I applied the war blessing.
Charge is +2 to the attack.
Yep. -2 AC.
I'll throw the effect on you, Poppy. And a mighty hit with the Earthbreaker.
I am going to, and they have no way to see invisibility that I know of, correct?
No, the best they have is dark vision.
Okay. I am going to vanish. And then I'm going to run over to there. And I'll continue shouting out words of encouragement as I move.
Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose of invisibility?
They still can't take attacks of opportunity on me.
Oh, okay. I'll cover that here in a second. Fighter 10. Fighter 10's gonna do a 5-foot step and try and bite Eric. And yeah, that wouldn't have hit anyway. You're invisible. And number 8 is gonna try a. Eric, you are also aware that these Eder caps also have a aura of fear, as well as a frightful appearance.
What does that mean?
Give me just a second, and I think that little bit of information would have made it onto the character sheet. Any creatures within 60 foot have to make a will save or be shaken for as long as you are within 60 foot. Frightful Presence activates when the nightmare creature charges, attacks during a surprise round, or succeeds at a DC 15 Intimidate or Perform check. Its Frightful Presence has a range of 30 feet.
Now, if this is the default Frightful Presence, and I don't know if it is, that also only affects creatures with lower hit die.
Yeah, I'll go with that. So, next round, I'm actually going to have you all roll for fear
From what?
from the other caps.
But you just said the Frightful Presence wouldn't affect us.
It doesn't, but they also have an aura of fear.
And what does that do?
Will save or you're shaken.
Okay.
But however, number 8 is gonna do a full round attack on you. And you are still freaking invisible. Why don't I know that? And the spider's staying put. Steph, you're up.
Okay. I am going to, since I'm using my bow, I'm going to attack. I'm actually going to shift my attack over to the Etter cap that's on the girl. So within one range increment. So I will attack. Oh, nice. 2 hits. And this time I'm going to use the silver. Once, twice. And then I'm not hasted or anything, right?
You are hasted.
Okay.
And you have heroism, and you have Bard Song.
Okay, so I will go
Are you
ahead.
actually supposed to have displacement, though, at this point?
I don't know.
You put it on yourself with the infinite duration. I don't know when you put it on yourself, but I think it's back at the Tigers, wasn't it?
I didn't put that on me. I don't know where that came from. You want to take that displacement off?
I will take it off.
Okay. Ugar, you're up.
Okay. I'm using a rage weapon that is the long hammer. That's my only weapon with silver soul. I'm here and I will attack.
Okay, so you're giving up your sacred weapon bonuses and the +4 weapon to use what kind of long hammer?
Because it's silver.
But they only have DR5 silver though, so you're probably doing like 5 less damage and have less AV. Just throwing that out there.
Okay, then can I be using my regular X?
Yeah, you sure can.
Because what, it's a +4 weapon and you have weapon specialization, right? So
Yes.
that's like 6 extra damage right there. Also, I didn't realize that I thought you had a different way to do it, or I could have given you versatile weapon as well. Oh, I know.
That's the first. I will throw the second one for haste. Both hit, and then I have the third one for my BAB.
Why don't you just swing first? Like, roll the damage.
Do you mean the damage?
Yeah. Okay, it is still up. Wasn't sure. And strictly speaking, you can still do this at this point. Steph had this really lousy, pathetic shot that was only a total of an 18. It still hit. So, probably worth power attacking here.
Let's not overlook the fact that there was a lot of awesome in that shot.
He just basically like takes the arrow and just kind of like throws it almost, and it's like, we'll see if it hits. Oh, look, it did.
That's it. The last one I used in my first power attack, so I used the Furious Socks. Okay.
Technically, Fury's Focus doesn't apply here, but I'm pretty sure even a 31 would hit.
Yeah.
Okay. He's gonna run up. And he tries to bite Eric. And Eric's still freaking invisible. Poppy.
Okay, let's see. And I'm going to move here. Do I get flanking if Eric is invisible?
Yep.
Now I'm gonna bop this sucker on the toes.
I'm going to move over to here. And up close, what can I tell about this woman who's caught in the webs?
Give me a second. She's a beautiful but common woman, non-royalty. She's a commoner.
That's supposed to
And
make me care less about her?
I'm just saying, you know, she's just not one of the well-to-do of this area. She's partially bound in spider webs. And
Okay, so she's not going to be able to run.
correct.
Okay, what race is she?
Human.
Human. And, I don't know, reasonably young, somewhere in like the 20, 30-ish range or something like that?
Mid to late 20s.
Okay. So, it's not like they're targeting old women or something.
Flowing red hair, about 6'4", kind of muscular build.
That is
Looks like
very, very tall for a human woman. Is this sheer anonymous's chick?
Hey, yes, it was.
Wait, sorry, what? I wasn't paying attention.
I was describing this woman as flowing red hair, about 6'4", muscular build.
Ah, okay, very funny.
Okay, well, I'm going to make her invisible as well and say, keep quiet and get down on the ground if you can. And I can't actually make her invisible, like on the trackers or anything, so I'll just check off the spell.
Not a problem. And okay, spider 10. Move over that way. Spider 4 is gonna come in and try and bite Poppy.
Whoa, that spider's moving in the wrong direction.
And number 8's going to take a 5-foot step. And full attack Poppy. I didn't get a damn one yet.
Okay. I see now I have an issue. Since this guy over here is getting closer, I will take a 5-foot step. I will toss bombs at him. Hold on here, I gotta get this wrong. So I've got to attack. Okay, and then I've got to go down here to the effects for the damage. There's one. I hit him twice, right? There's two. Okay. And then I have one more bomb or one more action, but I can't switch out back to the bow that fast. So I guess I'll just call it good.
Well, that kind of brings to mind an interesting question. Is he able to grab a bomb and hurl it with one hand?
Well, I can throw another bomb. The problem is that everything is too far away.
No. I'm asking Wintermute. Is he able to? Is he like grabbing the bombs with one hand and throwing them right now?
Yeah, I'd let you do that.
So he's able to do this while holding the bow in his other hand. So he doesn't have to put the bow away. Correct?
Right.
Okay. So if
Okay,
you already
so
have
I
the bow in your hand, drawing an arrow is a free action.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and whap this guy again. Go back up here. Longbow, composite. Yeah.
You have been rather deadly tonight.
I've been doing okay tonight. Now my turn is over.
Okay. Five-foot step.
Are you sure you want to step there in particular?
What?
If you 5-foot step there, if you accidentally or intentionally kill Ed or Cap in one or two swings, then you could use your other swings on the spider.
Okay, but to cleave?
You can't cleave anything right now, I don't think.
Okay, I will go stay here. I got your point of view. Because of the... Can I stay in the lower square? Okay, thanks. My second from haste. And my second regular attack now. That's it.
Okay, number 12. Well, I got one hit with the claw, did not confirm a crit. And Poppy, would you like to make a fortitude save?
Yes, I believe I would.
And Eric's still invisible, so that one's gonna move up and try and bite Poppy. Nope. Poppy, you're surrounded if you count the ugly dwarf.
Not ugly.
Am I? I'm pretty sure there's an
is
opening to the north.
Ugar is really beautiful to a dwarf.
Let's see. 7's dying. Okay, I'm gonna move over to there. And I'll go ahead and take a swing. And I am no longer invisible, so you'll need to remove
Gladly.
that.
Not that I've hit you, but gladly. And you know what? Number 10's gonna come down towards 5th. Number 4's gonna try to bite Poppy. Number 6 is gonna come down and try to bite Ugar.
Here it came.
Okay, another victim. Okay, so we'll switch to bombs because they seem to work well. Nice. And then okay. Well, I rolled 2 attacks. I guess one's just wasted. But I will do a longbow attack. Oops, nope. Didn't want to do that. I want to just do the. Hold on a sec here. Actually, trying to do my attack, and I drug my character sheet over there. There we go. Okay.
Okay. Apply the power attack. Can I cleave now or the end of my turn? No matter.
You can cleave if you want. You can also just continue your full attack, which gives you 2 extra attacks. I mean, do you want
Yes.
1 more attack from cleave, or do you want 2 more attacks from full attack?
Because if I cleave, I will use a standard action. Isn't cleave an extra?
No, you cannot cleave and full attack in the same turn. That's why cleave starts being nearly as good at higher levels, because you give up a full attack to cleave. The nice thing about it, though, is let's say you were like over here, right? You could use a move action to move up here and then cleave, since you couldn't full attack anywhere.
Got it. My haste attack. Regular attack. And that. And a 5-foot step.
And I'll take a 5-foot victory step.
Want to block him.
Okay, Poppy. Yeah.
Now just wait till next level when I can start potentially ignoring critical hits. And so ends the spider monsters.
Okay. You still have an invisible woman.
Okay, we'll go over there, I guess.
Okay, and I guess you would have to remove the spell from her.
I'll do a sweeping gesture and let me show you a magic trick and snap my fingers when she reappears.
Oh, and she's like, thank you. Did you get them all?
All that we can see. And how many are there?
There were 4 of them and a couple of spiders.
You killed all of those. What's going on up here?
Would you like to do a heal check? You can tell that she has been bitten by a spider and is indeed poisoned. She tells you that
Can I tell what type of poison it is and what its effects seem to be? Just by judging by how she seems to be affected with a 20.
yes, it does strength damage. It's spider poison. Giant spider poison, to be exact.
Okay. So, Ugar, can you give the lady a drink?
course, of course. Came
Yeah.
here and showed the heart.
And she feebly reaches out and shakingly starts to drink from it. And after she's drank from it, she tells you that, you know, she was down at the gala and um, she was standing near one of the walls and this loop of webbing come down and snatched her and pulled her up here. And the next thing you know, she's uh, fighting with a giant spider and gets bitten, and you know, eventually these adder caps appear, and then you all appeared.
Where is she from?
She's from the local town where you're at. What was the name of it?
Syphilis something?
Yeah,
Syphilis thing?
Cephalus.
It's also close to syphilis. Is it because of this party?
I'm sure a few cases will be as a result of this party.
Okay. Looking around, what is that over there?
That is a ladder going down.
Okay, I'm gonna propose that we take her and get out of here unless we see anything else. Tempted to just ask Sith to light the whole thing on fire with arrows, frankly. But I imagine that the people below might actually panic with that.
Probably. The smoke would probably kill a bunch of them. Do we see any sort of paths? I mean, these things, is there any chance these things had any sort of lair or nest?
Eggs or young, yeah.
No, that's all they wrote into the adventure was these 8 creatures.
Okay, so we don't. All right, well, if there's no nest, then yeah, I think we should just go down, go get this guy's ring, and move on with our lives.
Okay, hopefully we didn't just kill his pets.
We'll find out in about 6 minutes.
Okay, so we go down the ladder with her and help her down as needed.
Okay. I guess you're gonna take the rescued woman in front of the viscount.
Does she want to go there? Maybe we'll just ask her to stay at the base of the ladder for a few minutes, you know, and recover, because she still looks pretty weak from the poison.
Okay.
Speaks.
So we'll leave her over here at the ladder, and what do you all want to do?
Go to the Viscount.
Okay. As you start to approach the throne, the Viscount notices you and he says, "Welcome, friends. You're not from around here, are you?"
No, my lord. We've traveled a great distance to witness the spectacle and wonder that is your party here. We're honored to be your guests.
Oh, well, come on up here and tell me about where you're from.
I go up there, and is everyone else joining me?
I'm going.
I guess Seth is hanging out down there.
Okay. Welcome. Tell me where you're from, my friends.
We've actually traveled here from the material plane. Word of your party has spread even that far. It's been quite the journey getting here.
Oh, well, I'm glad you attended. Are you enjoying my gala so far?
Oh, absolutely. It's unlike anything we've ever seen. What, is there any particular occasion?
Um, no, it's just one of the dinners that I have periodically.
Or I'll kind of try to lean over him and kind of whisper in a conspiratorial fashion. I have a lady friend who couldn't believe that we might be able to get into this party, and she asked me to bring her back something. She said she would be delighted if I could somehow bring back like a signet ring of yours if you had one to spare. I know that probably sounds kind of crazy, but you know how women can be.
He starts to laugh and he's like, yes, nowadays they're pretty popular. I will have to admit, I'm currently not wearing one, but I could have a valet fetch one for you.
That would be
If,
spectacular. What could we possibly offer you in return for your generous gift?
well, I'm glad you asked. I need a diplomatic favor.
Of course, we're all ears.
Um, the most prestigious dance at this ball is the Sunset Waltz, and I want to dance with my chosen partner as soon as, the sunset arrives. And I've only recently found out that my beloved will be arriving at the ball just in time for the waltz. And I really want to dance with them above any other guest. Um, and when he talks about his beloved, he doesn't disclose who his beloved is, but you can tell there's a genuine affection in his voice. And he's like, but that brings me to a problem. I have already promised to dance with 3 other guests. And um, really, I need you to be my envoys and break off these promises to each of the 3 other attendees. It's got to be done discreetly and diplomatically. And if you can get me out of dancing with them, I'll make sure you get your signet ring.
I apologize for my lack of understanding, my lord, but perhaps you could clarify something. Just to ease the process here, are you stating that you had promised each of these 3 women exclusive dances and to each of them at the same time, and now circumstances and answers have come up that prohibits that?
In a nutshell, yes. When I promised to dance with these women, I did not know that my beloved would be arriving. And, you can tell that he is being honest.
So out of character for a second, just to make sure, he went up to woman A and said, "I'll dance with you at the ball," and she's like, "Yes." Then, without knowing about his beloved, he goes to woman B and says, "I'll also dance with you at the ball," instead of her. So now he's promised to 2 women to dance individually with each of them. Then he goes to a third woman while he has 2 dances already promised and says he'll dance with her. So now he owes all 3 of them exclusive dances. And then his beloved comes along?
Correct.
So basically this was going to be a disaster with or without his beloved showing up.
Yes.
So he's a slut.
But
Bad
it might not be a disaster if you handle it correctly.
Just who are these 3 people that we need to persuade?
Did you all hear any of the names?
No.
Nope.
Okay. uh, the Viscount says, I promised the lady Splinterbone a dance. I promised this influential trader named Arvin to whatever, a dance, and a beautiful but common woman simply named Madette. And
Just as a crazy question, my lord, could you describe this Madette?
you know what? I'm going to actually give you this one. When you rescued the lady from the spiders and the ettercaps, she told you that her name was Madette.
Okay.
And he goes, if you can handle this for me, once again, discreetly and diplomatically, and he kind of looks at the dwarf when he says that,
Mm-hmm.
I will give you one of my signet rings.
Of course, my lord. Thank you for your hospitality. Then, unless people want to say something more, I figure we move off.
Thank you for dealing with the situation.
As people have objection, I suggest we go to Maudette first.
Works for me.
Okay.
Wonder if Maudette would help us break it to the other 2.
Okay. Yeah, Maudette's still standing beside the ladder and so forth, trying to feel better. And, she looks delighted to see you all approach.
Okay, and as we're going over there, I'd mentioned what my planned course of action is to give them a chance to object if they disagree. Say that I'm going to basically tell her that the Baron's delighted to hear that she's okay, but understands that she's feeling a bit weak and it would be hardly be gentlemanly to insist that she dance, and that he expects her to make a full recovery for tonight, given her terrible circumstances.
I have another idea. You can tell her that liquid that she drank, it's really good. Will remove the poison from her, but she cannot make any kind of exercise for one entire day, or the poison will be back.
Is that what you're going with?
What do the other 2 people think? Don't all jump in at once.
Apparently, they have no opinion.
Okay, well, from my perspective, I'm inclined to pass on that solely for the fact that then we're adding more lies on top of the initial lies, and that's going to make it harder and harder to keep the story straight.
I don't understand why it can't be straightforward. Just, yo, you're being dumped. I mean, kids do it by text all the time these days.
But this is olden times. In fact, it's such olden times that they've slowed down time to stay in the olden times for longer. I'm sure the rest of the world, when this place gets to like the 1800s, the rest of the world will have spaceships.
Well, you didn't say there was a prohibition on stealthy killing these people. I mean, if they're dead, they can't dance with them.
Let's try. He asked if it would be handled diplomatically.
Ugh, God, the rules with you. Okay.
Okay, so we approach my dad, and I say, I told the Viscount about what had happened to you, and he was terrified that you were in such danger. And he understands that you're a bit weak after your ordeal, and that it would hardly be gentlemanly of him to insist that you dance with him, so he wishes that you make a full recovery, and refrain from exerting yourself tonight.
She looks disappointed, but she does gracefully accept, the Count's offer. And she really wishes that she could dance with the Viscount and so forth, but
So I'm sure there will be another opportunity when you're not having spider venom in your veins that you're still recovering from.
and quite honestly, after being bit by a spider, I'm not much in the mood for dancing anyway.
I nod sympathetically.
And I thank you all once again for your rescuing me, and I think I'm going to go home now.
That's probably for the best.
Thank you again, and she starts to depart unless you all have any further interactions you want to do with her.
I don't. What do we know about this traitor named Ardvin Telgriet?
You know nothing.
Okay, we go back to the Viscount.
Okay.
Okay, is he interested in hearing from us?
He's like, well, that was rather quick.
We managed to persuade Maudette, and she's decided to retire from for the evening. She had been abducted by some spiders living in your attic.
Oh, yes, one day I've got to do something about them.
You're welcome.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, well, thank you.
So, what can you tell us about Ardvin Telgriet? Where can we find her?
I know she's here. She's out on the ballroom floor somewhere.
Understood. And is there anything we should know about her? Anything that might be helpful?
Um, yeah, actually, Arden is a guy.
Okay, that's definitely helpful.
Yes.
So the count swings on both sides of the plate.
Apparently.
Or maybe it's just a political favor. Is there
But-
anything that the Viscount mentions except correcting me that it's a he, not a her?
He corrects you that it's a he, and it's like,
I don't bat an
really,
eyebrow.
really to find him, I would just look for where the richest people in the room are, and I'm sure you'll find him.
Is he a particular trade partner of yours? Is there anything in particular you'd like us to tell him? I only ask, my lord, because I don't wish to persuade him in some manner, and that proves to be awkward for you in the future if you discuss business dealings and find out that we're on different wavelengths, if you understand my meaning.
Yes, we have financial dealings and so forth, but honestly, I'd rather dance with my love. So just as long as you can do it discreetly and diplomatically as possible.
Understood. And what about Lady Splinterbone? And I trust the lady is actually a lady?
Yes, she is a lady. And he kind of laughs at that, and he's like, you shouldn't have any trouble finding her out in the ballroom. Just ask around. Someone will have seen her for sure.
Or is there anything in particular that you wished for us to tell her beyond the fact that you're unavailable this evening to dance?
That will be enough.
Very well. We'll be back as soon as we have news, my lord. As soon as we leave and are back on the dance floor, say, so, anyone have any particular ideas? Because we're kind of running on nothing here.
I will let you a few steps away from me, still in my side, because if your talk don't convince them, I can step on their foot really hard to break it and diplomatically ask for forgiveness, and it's still a
What a clumsy
diplomatic
dwarf.
way. And it will still be a diplomatic way to they don't dance.
That
Well-
seems like a last resort, and the idea isn't how we can avoid that last
Yes,
resort.
that's a last resort, definitely.
I mean, are we overthinking this? Could it be as simple as just going up to the guy and saying, "Hey, the Viscount is not going to be able to honor his commitment this evening for the dance. He'll have to take a rain check." Or
Possibly, and then if they throw a hissy fit over it, he wants this handled discreetly. Remember, he doesn't want this person throwing a fit in public and saying, well, why won't the Viscount dance with me, and make the whole awkward scene.
And then that's when Ugar breaks a foot.
Yes, then I
Or leg,
diplomatically
break
ask
a leg
for.
is a whole nother
Well,
meaning
so
now.
you guys, we've been talking about breaking their leg. What if we broke the Viscount's leg? Then be like, well, he's not dancing with anybody.
I think
Technically,
the Viscount might be unhappy.
Yes,
we
probably.
fulfill the terms of the contract.
If he was a worshiper as Asmodeus, that can be more impressive to him, but most other people I don't think are going to be that impressed.
Yeah, there might be some bitchiness there, but I'm just throwing out ideas. I'm an idea man.
You are. Sorry.
Shall we start by finding the lady Splinterbone?
Sure, we ask around and see if we can find Lady Splinterbone.
Okay.
You are you are an alchemist, don't you can't you make sleep poison?
No, I don't believe that's in my list.
Okay.
I can vomit a swarm of spiders onto her to drive her out.
I'm not sure that counts as discreet.
Well, I mean, just oh my god, it must be something I ate, blah, and then you got a spider issue you might want to go outside and deal with for the rest of the night.
With the regular alchemist skill, can't you mix some kind of sleeping poison?
No.
That is like a potion, I don't think. I mean, we probably have like a sleep bomb that's possible, but unless you happen to have that.
There is a sleep bomb, but I don't have it. And even if I did, that I wouldn't say throwing a bomb onto a square with a lady would really count under the words just the discreet.
Well, given how they didn't care about the spiders.
No, but you can be invisible and put it on their drink.
Yeah, discreet is a relative term here.
Yes, can be invisible, put on the drink.
But I don't. But I don't have that ability. So.
Eric, could I get you to roll a diplomacy?
All right. And what am I rolling against this in general, just out of curiosity?
Honestly, if anyone who's asking around about the Lady Splinterbone needs to roll a diplomacy.
How about I try first and see what I get?
Okay. Yes, the very first person says, oh, yeah, she's in the northwest corner of the ballroom. And she looks at you, she gives you the once over, and then she whispers in your ear, be careful, she's a vampire.
Well, the Viscount has such exquisite guests.
And the lady just turns around and goes back to talking to the people that she was before you interrupted.
I didn't interrupt. I bowed in gracefully, then
Well,
bow out gracefully.
you know what I meant.
I stake
You made
through
me
the
sound
heart.
very rude.
I stake through the heart could put him in torpor.
And I assume everyone else overheard this thing about the vampire.
No, she whispered it to you.
Okay. Well, as I get back with them, I'll kind of talk out of the corner of my mouth and say, so, apparently, she's a vampire.
Holy shit.
And
Well, the good news is if something happens, it causes her to drain one of our blood. I don't think that's going to actually affect us long term, since this is the dream.
okay. And she points off and down into the direction, and move y'all a little bit further down the map.
Just so you know, I have a spell that's hide from undead if you need.
If I come screaming, running back at you, by all means cast it.
Okay.
Come on, bitch, bring it.
Okay. And where the hell did her
I'll
picture
just flip
go?
around there.
Do you want some protection from gods?
Behind the wall of meat.
I think
Hey,
I'm
she's
fine
hot.
for right now.
Okay. You see this
Ugar, hand her your holy symbol to hold for a second while you get something out of your purse.
Mm-hmm.
Hold this for me. Damn it! Born bastard! Get ya.
You see this beautiful lady Splinterbone, and she's just finishing a dance with this gaunt, pallid man. And
Now, when we
she's
say finishing a dance, is that a euphemism for draining the blood from?
if she
Or-
did, you can't tell.
Oh, okay, so she's not like on the ground, like sucking his blood out, then stands up and like, that was good.
Correct. She is dancing.
Okay.
And, she finishes the dance, and you can tell that she's having a delightful time at the ball. And,
I'll try to step in gracefully and say, "Milady, can I have the next dance?"
Has she noticed us yet?
She's noticed me now.
she's noticed Eric.
Fix your mic.
Or it's his connection, I don't know which.
Because I would like to cast protection from Neville in Eric before he gets near her.
Okay.
Okay, Eric, she looked. She goes, certainly.
Yeah, I'm getting nothing.
We can't understand anything you're saying, Wintermute, at all.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
What do I know about vampires?
Well, first of all, do you have any obvious holy symbols?
Nope.
I have, but I will stay. I will stay far away from her. I will let only Eric get near her.
Yes, since you don't have any holy symbols, she will accept your dance. Vampires. They have the ability to drain blood. They can change shape. They can call forth swarms of rats, bats, or wolves. However, being in the Dreamlands, the creature they summon might be from the Dreamlands and not your typical rat, bat, or wolf. They are able to create spawn out of the blood that they kill, out of the victims that they've killed. They can crush your will as a standard action, and if you fail your will save, you are instantly under their influence. Energy drain, gaseous form. They don't cast shadows. And they're immune to non-lethal, fast healing, damage reduction 10 on magic and silver. They resist cold, they resist electricity.
Great.
Is this information we need? Aren't we supposed to be diplomatic with this?
Ideally, it's stuff we don't need, but if things go incredibly south, like Ugar decides to barge in and try to break her foot while wearing a holy symbol, things might go poorly.
What if he breaks her foot with a holy symbol? Huh? Do vampires limp? Really?
So yes, she holds out her hand and says, "Yes, kind sir, I will dance with you."
Hey, you know what?
Okay.
If you lead her towards the window, I can just shove her out again.
Into the
I
sunlight.
don't think there'd be the discreetly part.
It depends on whether or not the window's open.
Admiral Akbar steps in and says, "It's a trap."
And she holds out her hands for you to dance with her,
And I
Eric.
take it and I dance with her.
All right, it's nice knowing you.
Okay, and while she's dancing, she's like, it looked like to me you were coming to find me.
Well, we've heard quite a few tales about your beauty and grace. I had to see if the rumors were true.
Oh, they're all
God,
true.
Haru.
And what is the dance right now? Is it a specific one?
Um, well, it's a nice little waltz.
Okay. And I mentioned to her that I'm a bard of some renown. And that
Oh, really?
I'm a fan of stand-up routines and oratory speeches and legends, and can regale tales, audiences with such tales. Ask her if she's heard of me.
No, sadly, I have not.
It is a shame, but it is wonderful to have met you at last.
Well, it is nice to meet you. What was your name again?
Eric,
Nice to meet you, Eric.
is it okay if I call you Erdinda? I don't mean to be forward.
No, Eric. You may call me that.
And we'll dance for a few minutes, and then so are Poppy and Sith and Ugar in sight still?
Presumably.
Yes, on site.
Yes.
Okay, so whenever the next dance ends, I'm going to suddenly sort of stiffen and say, I hate to be abrupt, but could you excuse me for a moment, my lady? I'll be right back.
Of course.
And
And
I'll
she bows to you or
bow to
curtsies.
her, and I'll go over them, and then I'll say, I don't actually have really anything new to say. I'm just pretending to look like I just heard bad news about the Viscount from you. So I can go back and break it to her. I'll pretend to have a conversation with them.
Yes,
But not,
she may just bite you and kill you, but okay.
Just don't say that he had to leave. She might be able to smell him.
Hey, there's something on your hands. Here, wash it in this holy water. Okay, go get them.
and then I'll go back to her after like a minute of conferring with them, and I'll try to have like a more subdued manner.
Okay. And she's like, are you ready to dance?
I am, but I just heard some terrible news that I kind of don't know how to say this. My friends, they mentioned that apparently the Viscount had previously asked you to dance, and I can obviously understand why he would wish to do so, but apparently his schedule has changed and he's not going to be able to do so anymore, and they asked me to be their bearer with such terrible news. I don't know what to say.
Huddle. Discreet.
You want to do a diplomacy? She's a little perturbed about the Viscount's rudeness. And, she's offended, A, that he promised to dance, and B, that he sent one of his lackeys over to tell her.
For what it's worth, my lady, I'm hardly his lackey. I literally have not met him before tonight.
And
I
she's
don't
like,
think that's helping.
you know,
Boy, I don't know.
And are we
I-
still dancing as we're talking about this? She's upset.
Yes, you are still dancing.
See, if you'd grant me the honor, I'd be delighted to dance with you instead.
She's like, well, for this rudeness, I require blood.
I know it. Do you know what cheer me up? Blood.
Apparently, yes.
And I just need a little bit. I tell you what, I will forgive the Viscount for his rudeness if one of your party will dance with me and allow me to drain just a little bit of blood.
Of course, I'd be happy to.
I like how someone moved my token up.
It
But
wasn't
I
me.
think I think there's a height requirement for that, and I don't meet it.
You must be this tall to get your blood drained by the vampire.
Oh, too funny.
Who will be the blood bag?
I just offered to be.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, if you turn into a vampire, it's going to ruin Thanksgiving.
If he turns into a vampire, it'll probably only affect him in the dream world, so it probably won't matter.
Or no, it will end as soon as we go back to the main world. It does. Physical effects don't persist across dreams.
Oh, we're about to find out, apparently.
I would know that from my knowledge of the whole ritual, so.
Okay, blood drain. She's like, during the next dance, yes, I want to drink a little bit of your blood. Don't
I'm always
worry.
up for something new.
A little bit. 10 liters.
So the next song starts, and it's a nice little slow dance. It's very appropriate. And, right after the song starts, she slides her hand up the back of your neck and grabs a handful of your hair and says, "Don't worry, this won't hurt too much."
You want to
And
put some alcohol in there so you don't get an infection.
And she
Say it.
sinks her teeth into the side of your neck.
Gross.
And for the next 2 rounds, she drains blood.
Okay.
Which hits you for a total of 6 points of constitution damage.
Alright, I'm gonna scoot up there, and if he starts to shrivel up like a prune, I'm gonna toss my shield at her.
Yeah, and she takes her teeth out of you, and she thanks you, and she finishes the dance, and at the end she's like, you fed me, and I will keep quiet about the Viscount's rudeness.
Of course, thank you. And thank you for the dance.
These APs are just getting weirder and weirder, I swear. Eric, what you actually said was,
Well, I still have 8 con left. I'm still perfectly fine.
Hey
Oh,
Eric,
come
what
on,
do you
admit it,
think?
you're going.
What are you thinking about my breaking fit plan now?
Don't think that would work on a vampire.
Ugar, he's hurt. Channel positive energy. Quick, save him.
I think you guys are just jealous that I got to dance with her.
The dwarf did it. Don't hurt us.
I'm as a
Sorry.
dwarf. I'm jealous by dancing with a vampire.
A hot vampire.
She don't really have a beard. How can she be hot?
You dwarves.
And then the dwarf has to make it weird and creepy.
Oh God.
Apparently, that goes from both sides of the plate too.
Yeah.
And Steph, I want you to remember here in a few minutes that you said that these APs are getting weirder and weirder.
Oh God.
Yeah, some of these things are. I don't know.
Are you all good for about another half hour?
I am.
am.
I'm sure I can survive.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, you find Arden. Arden's at the center of a knot of wealthy party goers. And I'll throw his token on the map down there. I've used that guy somewhere. And here's a picture of Arden. Arden. And he is.
No wonder the Viscount doesn't want to dance with him.
He's at the center of this group of wealthy individuals. They are all there using the gala to share drinks, and you can tell that it's all business oriented. And Ardvin is truly enjoying being the center of attention in this corner of the event.
Can you repeat that last 2 sentences?
Ardvin, he's truly enjoying being the center of attention at this event, or at least in this section of the event. And no one is paying any attention to you all at all.
Breaking fit plan. I can ask for apology after. That's being diplomatic, man.
Just walk past him and just like stumble and drop my hammer on his foot.
Yes, that's
Make
a
it look
good
like an
idea.
accident.
Yes, that's the idea. I can step over his feet.
Okay, so truly, what do you all want to do?
I guess we go over and we try to talk to him. Or before we go talk to him, is there anyone who's like not part of the immediate group but paying attention to them that we can sort of ask information about? The ugly guy. I'm not dancing with him.
Let him lick your neck.
And you can see a few people are watching him, but are not with him.
Okay, if we go over to those and we just strike up conversation, what are we able to find out?
Cutting all the chit chat. And they comment about how loud and boorish he is. And, you know, he's here to build financial connections. He's the wealthiest trader at the ball. but he constantly schemes for further profit, and he wants to dance the sunset waltz only for the financial benefits that would come from the prestige of dancing with the Viscount.
So it's prestigious, it's good for trade relations. Anything else?
No, that's about all they rely to you.
I'm trying to figure out if there's a way we can leverage that at all. Like, go back to the Viscount and ask if he's willing to have, like, a private business meeting with this guy later on or something. What are your thoughts?
I think you
We don't
should
have much to go
tell.
on, do we?
What was that?
We don't have much to go on, do we? Just that he's rich.
He's rich, he
On the
wants
board.
the prestige of the dance, and that's about it, apparently. So, like, maybe we can say, you know, the Viscount can't make the dance, but he'd be happy to have a private business meeting with you later on to discuss, you know, trade opportunities or something. Like, what do you think about going back to the Viscount and asking him if he'd be willing to do that?
Well, you do know that they do have some current business dealings.
Okay.
So it would probably be a good hunch to think that, yeah, the Viscount would agree to a private business meeting.
Okay, so we're fairly confident the Viscount would be willing to do that.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll go try to approach him then.
What do you mean he's backing out of the dance?
What are you talking about?
I just sped shit up.
Oh, okay. Is that what we're going with? Like, is that what you want us to take it from?
Unless you have a really good starter.
Not particularly, aside from getting him to talk about himself and feel self-important and stuff, and in a happy frame of mind.
Yes, he was in a happy frame of mind up until the point that
I
you
said,
said,
I'm terribly sorry that the Viscount is going to be occupied during the ball, but he would love to have meet with you privately afterwards to discuss your business opportunities.
I was really depending upon that dance for, for current business dealings, and
Is there any other way the Viscount could make it up to you?
well, a private meeting and 10,000 gold pieces and gems, coins, or even trade goods would make me forego my promised dance.
10,000. Break his feet.
Hang on a second. Out of character for a second. We have 5,000 in emeralds, and then we have another 3,000 in gemstones, technically, in dreamland stuff. What if I say, you know, I understand your frustration, and in your position I would be upset as well, but the Viscount has a lot of scheduled stuff going on. Perhaps, 8,000 would do instead?
Uh, yeah, I'll settle for 8.
Headset.
I'll settle for 8.
Alright, so then we haul out the gemstones and the emeralds and we give them to him and say, the Viscount again wishes to express his extreme sorrow over this and is, looking forward to continued business opportunities with you.
Thank you. He gladly takes the money. And
I heard that he takes the money, but that's about it.
That's
right there.
it again.
can you hear me now?
Sort of.
Figure out what's with my headset tonight. How about now?
Much better.
Okay. Yes, he gladly takes your money and
Now it's bad again. I think
Yeah.
we heard he gladly takes the money. That was understandable, at least.
he gladly takes the money. Can you hear me now?
The here we now thing, sort of.
Have we became a robot or something like that?
I think his human translator is broken. Now we're getting the true binary here.
That makes sense.
100011000.
Brilliant.
Let's see.
His human voice
How's that?
modulator.
Is that good?
Kind of.
Okay. He takes the money. He is a looks forward to meeting with the Viscount and does not cause a scene.
Alright. Just so you're aware, it's awkward right now, but by really concentrating, we're sort of able to understand the gist of what you're saying, at least.
User disconnected from your channel.
Guys, I have to go sleep, man. I'm too tired.
We just said another half hour, and you said okay. You wimping out already?
It's only been 9 minutes.
Okay, more 10 minutes.
So,
Assuming he manages to come back.
Yeah.
If he doesn't come back in like a minute, then yeah, go to sleep.
what time is it there?
Here is midnight.
So you're 4 hours behind me.
switched. See you soon. Welcome back. Connection lost.